Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be reviewing The Godfather 1972. So, this has been a very, anticipated video for the channel. This film has been one I always wanted to watch completely. It's a long film and stuff. Matter of fact, I'm about to watch its sequel, and that one's 3 hours and 20 minutes long. And just long films, but I really don't think it's overrated. When I watched it, there are so many great suspenseful scenes, and I'll explain those when we get to those. And I'll talk about the acting too, which is amazing in this film. Especially, I'm really going to point out two actors I'm a really big fan of, and they're probably the two most famous in this film. But we'll get to that in a second. So, The Godfather places us in 1950s New York, I believe. Late 40s, 50s New York, I believe. And we see Don Corleone, or Vito Corleone, played by Marlon Brando. And man, oh man, is he great in this role. Some of the sadness you see him when he finds Sonny, when he finds Sonny's corpse at the autopsy, is the betrayal, the soft-spoken voice when the guy comes to ask him to deal with the men that hurt his daughter. Don Vito's like, "You've not even invited me to your house for a cup of coffee, and you come here at my daughter's wedding." It's that soft-spoken, but the very authoritative. When he speaks, you listen, kind of thing. But my favorite character in this whole movie, and probably the whole trilogy, I might have spoken about Al Pacino before. I don't know if I did, but Al Pacino's been other things I really like. Any Given Sunday, he played the coach in that film. And he also played Scarface in 83 Scarface, which is a film I'll probably cover in 4 weeks on one of these. I want to make this a little bit of a special event, the Mob Movie Monday. But I wanted to cover The Godfather, because we covered Goodfellas last time, which is my favorite mob movie. And some even argue, I've heard of argued The Godfather 2 is even better than The Godfather 1, but back to the review. So, to talk about some of my favorite scenes, I think some of the cinematography when Michael has to go to Italy, which actually happens after my favorite part of this film, Salazar, who is another mafia boss who tried to kill Don Vito, and the corrupt captain who was his protection. So Michael agrees to meet with him. Michael was never, he didn't really get in the family business. Here he comes back, he wants to protect his father and go after the men that shot his father. And one of the members, they tape a gun behind the old toilet, these really old ones, with a chain you pull. He comes out, shoots them both dead in the restaurant, and the suspense is amazing when you see Al Pacino, when you see Michael feeling around the back of it to try to find where the gun is taped to. And then you get some of the Italians in Italy. We see he meets Apollina, his wife there. And I think Kay's another great character. Of course, he gets married to her when he comes back to the United States, after he's able to come back. And, another thing that's really, really, brief is some of the shooting of Don Corleone, or Don Vito. So, that happened obviously before Michael killed Salazar and the corrupt police captain. But that scene is, I didn't see that one coming either, when he gets shot when he's going to buy the fruit. And actually towards his death at the end of the movie, when he has the heart attack, when he's playing with Michael's son. And we finished this film with seeing Michael, he's now became the head of the Mafia. The Corleone family is now, he's the leader. So, another death that really got me was Sonny's death. I didn't see that one coming either, when he gets shot up. And I know that The Godfather 2 really brings home these feelings. But overall, this film is about family, honestly. And you can really love that message. Because, here's Michael, a soldier who doesn't want anything to do with the mafia life. But when his father's life, was threatened, he steps up, wins the family, becomes the Don after, kills the man who tried to kill his father, and then becomes the Don after his father's passing. And we finish with the door closing on his office when Kay's out there, and two of the men go in there and talk business. But some great lighting too, and of course Don Corleone, or I'll say Don Vito because Michael's Don Corleone too. But Vito's office is some of the great lighting early on in the film, and overall, it's really good. I also like how we get some different scenes in different parts of the United States. Obviously, the main part shot is taking place in New York, but you get some scenes taking place in California, and some scenes taking place in Las Vegas. So you feel like you travel around a little bit in those scenes to see the Mafia business, the giving an offer that you can't refuse to the director or the owner of that one movie studio. This film, as much people call it overrated, I think it deserves its right as one of the greatest films of all time. It's an experience. Now, would I rewatch as much? No. It was a long film to get through, but it's one of those things that I had to watch. It's one of those films that I believe that even if you're not the biggest, if you think it's overrated, at least give it one watch. And it's not my favorite Mafia movie. I think it is it's a very iconic Mafia film. And I think it has great acting. Al Pacino is one of my favorite actors of all time. So it's great to see all this together. I think Frank Coppola, I think he did a great job directing. I think this film really did change cinema. I mean, it's now 53 years old. It's now an older film, but it holds up great to me when I watched it, and overall, it is a badass Mafia film. So, what I rate The Godfather? I mean, where would it go in my top 5 films of all time? On that list, you don't have to agree with me, but on that list is films like Pulp Fiction, Goodfellas, and Nightmare on Elm Street 4. Those are my personal favorite films. Objectively, yes, it's better than all of those. Maybe besides Goodfellas, but where I place it, it's probably sitting in number 10 right now on my list of my favorite films of all time. But it could move up, and who knows? Maybe The Godfather 2 will win me over, and that'll become my favorite film. The Godfather 3 probably won't, but I don't know when I'll cover The Godfather 2. It might be next month sometime when I review it fully. I could do that, or I might wait till October to cover it. But I'll probably try to finish Godfather 2 and 3 before December, before January, so I can get all 3 of these films done this year. And then we'll move on to Scarface, the first of 2026, and other mob films. The Casino, I'm excited for Casino. But I appreciate you guys watching. This has been a great review and a great watching experience. Something I knew I needed to do. We reviewed some really good classic films before on this channel, but we need to do this one. We did. And I need to probably discuss the further schedule of this channel coming up from September, because I do have some new franchises I'm going to be covering. I made the post about that. So September is going to be a different month. And we'll be doing a franchise through December. So I love you guys. Take care. Stay blessed. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.